and then ask yourself, did I do anything? Did I apply the Eastern wisdom or not? Well, I applied. Change came or not? Yes, change come or not. That is how you have to write. So maybe 5 times you have an anxiety today, 3 times tomorrow, and like this. So ultimately, we will understand how it is happening, which are the thoughts being repeated, and then we can tackle that. So, a normal perception, oh, this week it is not good, it does not give you the right perspective. It does not give you the real thing which is happening. So, we will be able to extract during the week which particular thought being repeated and how it is affecting you. So, so I read it, and I will take up the last questions. Is awakening gradual or instant? You have already answered in the previous writing. 8 steps. It's a gradual. That is, it came to me that you write and but you don't become. You were not aware of it. Do you see that? And I said, "Oh my goodness, what is happening? Mm, why you are not aware of that?" But there is a caveat into it. So we will understand awakening has both instant insight. Insight is instant. To maintain that instant insight, I have to follow the 8 steps. So, in one way, the awakening is instant. Obviously, awakening is instant. You wake up, it is instant. You become aware of the entire world, your room, items, and the things that you bought yesterday, which you see it. And so instant and gradual. So we have to be aware of that. So there can be a sharp and instant shift. You look at a girl, cute and beautiful, instant. Attachment is instant, and then gradually you are attracted to that. Now the mind has settled with an attraction, mind has settled with a reaction. So that's again. But what happens? The mind, old habits take over. So we have to remove it, and that is a gradual process. So now the attachment has taken over. Then I sit down, what happened to you, mind? Oh, it is an attachment. It is some form of an attraction. Oh, I recognize it. So it is an emotional immaturity. Oh, let me remove it. So there is always an instant insight, but their abidance is gradual, step by step. Another point that I want to reflect on that. I had an insight, I got it. But question is, did I lose that insight? Answer is no. You don't lose that insight, but it is covered by your default mind. That is why you feel, this week is not good. That is why you are continuing the journey. You had that insight. Oh, definitely, it is something. I got it. But it is not consistent. It is not constant. It is not constant. See by another example that, what I should say, the shining floor and the dust. Practice removes the dust. New dust may land up, but the floor is never damaged. We discussed about this metaphor before. So that insight, oh, shining floor is already there. Shining awareness, it is all there. I am into that moment of peace and happiness. But then suddenly the reactive mind, the deluded mind takes over and it is lost. So what exactly? Then I thought of, no, let me teach from this teacher who talks about these 8 steps. So that is how we understand awakening is instant also, but it is also progressive, it is also gradual, as we have seen in 8 steps. We start the journey from the 8 steps. Depending on these 8 steps, how much each one is evolved. One guy who is 12-year old, my master, he heard about the spirituality and the God. He ran away from his house. Do we dare to run away and live into the forest? We don't have that. But he had the insight, he had the mental maturity. That is why he ran away. So we have to reach to that state of mental maturity to start the journey. But he has already done it. It came by his birth. So I asked him that, then he got initiated into the monkhood and he started following a discipline. He reached to that state of enlightenment and awakening. And I asked him the question that, okay, awakened state is not at all attached to anything outside, including your robes that you are wearing on. Or he said, what should I do at the age of the 12? My master got me initiated and asked me to wear the robes. So now I don't feel need to remove it, even though I have reached to that state. After reaching that state, these robes, orange colored robes, does not mean anything. But when I was in ignorance, it meant too much. So that gradual process settled completely. Now I need not to remove this. Whatever it is outside, whatever is changing outside is not me, I have realized. But in the beginning, I did not realize. So gradual and instant both go together. In that context, I gave you the poise practice and also the aware practice. So, what we should be doing, how many times you were attacked by the impulsive, deluded, reactive mind, which led to the anxiety, worries, laziness, pleasure seeking, and obsession. What did you do? Did you apply Eastern wisdom or lived in the delusion and suffering? Did it take too much of time for you to get rid of that delusion? So you remove that delusion. It means you are moving to that insight. Reflect over challenges again and again in the mind until the clouds of the ignorance falls down. That is one part of the summary. And second part of the summary, what did you understand from this session? Takeaway 1, reflect and write. Takeaway 2, reflect and write. Takeaway 3, reflect and write. So in that process, I'll make you aware that what you missed and how you are progressing and not. Now see in a different perspective. I have maybe 10 or 15 ways to present these 8 steps. I recognize I have the equipment of body, breath, mind, intellect, and ego. Your pet dog and the cat or all the animals do not recognize, they are not able to separate body, breath, mind, etc. from themselves. They are governed and controlled, programmed by the nature. How much time we live by this programming? Whenever we lose self awareness, we are programmed by the nature. What is it? This is the first step. The human birth is rare. To recognize that I have the equipment, animals cannot recognize. Animals cannot. Oh, do you see that? Do you see the difference between ant cannot recognize, the lizard cannot recognize, any animal cannot recognize, but we can recognize. Oh, here is the body. Body functions on its own, but I can work on the body. So I go to the gym. Dogs do not go. That is I have to recognize the worth of being a human. Oh, I can recognize my anxiety and anger reaction over you. Let me not return to those anger and irritation before you. That's a human birth. Dogs cannot do it. Animals cannot do it. So a constant and a consistent recognition that of human birth is the first step. When I recognize, you see, you can extract. You can extract the second step from there. You have to contemplate and reflect like this. What exactly is happening when I recognize? So when I recognize, then I can handle my mind. Instead, my mind is handling me. Is it the second step? Yes, it is the mental maturity. I can handle. Mind, don't do this. You are firm. You are resilient. You maintain that awareness. You're weak in your everyday, your every moment will go fine. After all, it is the deluded mind which is handling you. That is why you say the weak is not good. Are you getting it? Huh? It is so. It is so. I have to look into this. So the 2 steps we have done: the human birth, inner strength, or you can say the mental maturity. So now, oh, these habits and these emotional and reaction is happening every day, again and again. Situation changes, relationship changes, but this is happening every day. So the intellect asks you the question, what is the ultimate? Can it ever stop? So this is one way to look at it. Can it ever stop? It means there is something in me where these anxiety, duality, conflict, ignorance, and delusion are absent. What is that? To find that is the spiritual yearning, is to find who am I, is to start the journey of awakening, is what the spirituality is. Means I want to find out in the midst of the change, there is something that is unchanging and eternal and all pervading. I have to find out. So, do I have a desire to change? Do I have a desire to find that entity which is unchanging, which is all pervading and eternal, is the real I? But to sustain that awareness, I need a discipline. That is your fourth step. In the beginning, I have to follow a discipline. After that, that discipline is already there. It is observed. Because in the midst of all the conditions of the change, you are aware that who you are. So that basic discipline needs to be maintained. I asked my master that why the hell you still wake up at 2 a.m. every day? You have already reached to that state. He said, then what should I do? Should I remain crazy like you every day? So after awakening, should I not go to the restroom? So the activities of the body will continue to be the same. So why you are asking this question? Let me live into that state. Let me continue to follow that discipline. So even at the age of the 90, used to wake up at 2 a.m. and then it was very difficult. I still need 3 to 4 hours of the sleep. But it depends on each individual. He has reached to the higher state, so it is possible. So four discipline, four factors, the first four makes us a great seeker. Now, once you are a seeker, discipline means I show up even when I don't need to do it. I am not the body. I have recognized, I have realized it. I have reached to that state. So should I not go to restroom? Should I be constipated? Answer is no. So external activities may be refined and continue to be the same. Then comes the systematic knowledge, fifth and the sixth step. Systematic knowledge, we should understand, we should have a systematic knowledge. It is not the puzzle pieces we are bringing together. It's every step by step we follow, and with the power of discernment, dispassion, six treasures, and we already have a burning desire to know who I am. With that systematic knowledge, we start progressing. So the moment you start progressing, you have a direct experience. Maybe sometime you are totally absorbed into a state of doing nothing. You are absorbed into an objectless state of the mind. You feel as if you are not the body and the mind. Those are the frequent experiences we undergo. So every experience is, I will talk in detail a little later. So every experience teaches me. I don't react to those experiences. You don't react to you reach to a state where you don't react to your delusion. It has come because of the past impression and you got rid of it and finished. You return to your peace and calm. And then comes the last step is the realization. I have added one more step in the fifth stage. Then this mind is not acclimatized to live into that state. You have a $10 million and now you conceive. Oh, I'll have a luxury car, I'll buy a house, I will find a girl to marry. But it has yet to be translated into the reality. So after awakening, your thought, speech, and action expresses from inside totally in a unique way. That we have to learn. We continue to live in the same world, but now my perception has changed, my life has changed. So it is an inner transformation. So in the fifth stage, we gradually, systematically, step by step, and it happens automatically. Every day you look at your mom and you say, you have a memory how you reacted and responded in the past, but now calmness of the mind, vast awareness is there. From that point of view, you look at the mom, you have a smile and the calmness, you don't react now. Your expression is totally different in every situation because your perception is different. Because now you are not clinging that you are the body and the mind. Instead, you live into that body. So, for people outside, your responses are totally different. It comes out of that peace and happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. So at every moment you live into that. So yes, that is the brief summary, but we have to follow. Again, I'll make you aware the tools of the Eastern wisdom that we have to follow. These are the 8 steps. How to achieve those 8 steps? We have the tools. First tool is the Mangalacharan. I have talked about it a couple of times, so we should not leave this Mangalacharan practice in any session. Just for a few minutes, let us do it. Close your eyes. Find in the poise P. Notice. You directly notice the place, position, and the posture, sensation, comfort, and steadiness. It is in the background. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. May there be happiness for all. May there be happiness for all. You are saying in your mind and you are noticing it, and you become an observer. Again, if any reactive past thought returns, you say it again. May there be happiness for all. So that is the part of your investigation. It happens instantly. When you have that deep insight, the poise practice becomes a non-practice. It becomes a movement into the knowledge and awareness. May there be happiness for all. You find the space between the happiness on one side and all the stuff of the mind on the other side. That is the space, and you embrace that happiness instead of embracing anxiety, duality, conflict in the mind. So we have completed the voice practice easily. Can you educate and train the mind to reach to that state of emotional maturity in which the poise method takes hardly a few seconds? And then you start abiding in peace. That is awakening. Let us see. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. May there be peace for all. May there be peace for all. You are saying in the background, and on the surface you are applying the notice. Okay, may there be peace for all. My mind is saying, may there be peace for all. Am I searching this peace in the world outside or deep inside me? You have the answer. You are an observer. You investigate. May there be peace for all. Again, you say it. And you until you find the space. Oh, the peace is somewhere deep inside. in the crowd of those thoughts of past impressions, prarabdha, etc., etc. Yeah, I have it inside. And you embrace, embody the peace. That's another way of. So every day in the morning, it may take 5 to 10 minutes. Don't leave the practice. Why? It is a discipline. It is the fourth step. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. So you see that Purnam Bhavatu. Can there be a material sufficiency? Can there be a marriage sufficiency? Can there be a pleasure sufficiency? No. So it is a feeling of inner completeness. Yes, let me investigate. Drop all the thoughts that is moving into my mind. So again, I go into the source. Oh, that is the meaning. That is why we should repeat every day. To change the mind, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. And the fourth one, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be auspiciousness for all. Auspiciousness. So you see what is auspiciousness? I should perceive there is an auspiciousness in everything, every time, in all the locations. And we recognize that auspiciousness deep inside us. So you identify with that auspiciousness, and then you will never write, oh, this week was so crazy, I could not reach to that state, because you still, but yes, until you have that even a little insight. So that is how, in one way, we will talk about this Mangala Charan working again and again. Again, I'm repeating and check. May there be happiness for all. I'm teaching you at the same time. I can also be in the poise method. May there be happiness for all. So I recognize that happiness is everywhere in you and me. May there be peace for all. So when I recognize it, means I'm an observer and I investigate it clearly. May there be peace for all. May there be peace for all. So you should say in your mind, and you check. Check means you start with the P, you come to O, you reach to I, and then you recognize that peace as if it is independent of everything. That means the space, and you embody the peace. We don't embody the peace that is present within. We embody our anxiety, our prarabdha, our past impression, our duality, our conflict, our reaction. That is why may there be completeness for all. So we are talking of inner completeness as a state of awareness. So when you repeat it again and again and again and again and again, and you investigate what the mind that says that you are incomplete, you still have the anxiety, you investigate to separate. That is the very first tool of the Eastern wisdom. Every master used, may there be auspiciousness for all. May there be auspiciousness for all. In the beginning, the mind raises the doubt, just by saying, can I be in peace? Answer is big yes. If mind is clear, mind is fearless, mind is not subjected by the prarabdha and the past impression. You drive home from your car. Did you reach to your home? I asked. Yes, I have reached. What happened? You left out all the addresses, all the homes on the right, left, back, and front of you, because your mind has an insight. Here is my house. I'm trying to make you understand by simple metaphor. So once you do that in the beginning, after that, maybe you can pick up the breath awareness, 3-point attention of the breath, 3-point attention of the breath. So you just look for few, maybe 1 or 2 minutes in order to check everything is okay, fine. So where do you say breath? 3 points, 3-pointed attention and aware. What is 3-pointed? You are aware. Moving breath, the breath is going in and out. That is the first point of awareness. Second point, you feel the sensation. You feel the sensation of the breath instead of the rest of the thoughts. But if other thoughts with the past impression dominates, your mind is handling you. So you should recognize, oh, mind is handling me. I will be consistent. I will continue to do it. Let me remove this. Why the mind, you are handling me, I will handle you. And when you do this, breath 3 points away, and one day you find you are totally absorbed in few minutes, you can say Om Shanti or you cannot say, both are okay. So in that process, we will have a different reflections of the Mangalacharan mantra. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And open your eyes. Even a slight change makes sense in our lives. Every day when you are doing it in the morning and before going to sleep, after analysis and reflection. So indirectly, practically, we are covering this as the first tool is the Mangalacharan. The rest you might be aware of it. I will make a sense into that. So now I thought that we should focus on these 8 steps. We should go deeper into each step. Separate each step. Human birth is rare, but I can die anytime. What do you mean by rare? Don't waste even a single minute into your anxiety, reaction, duality, and a conflict. Find how the human birth can become worthy for you. Find your real self. Why you are spending time in your anxiety, duality, and a conflict? Masses. One master gives the masses in this way. We'll go deeper into it. So the first step, obviously, our life is not an accident. The rare chance of being a human out of 8.4 million species on the Earth planet as told to us by our masters. So, because we carry the impressions of the previous species, because we evolved out of that 8.4 million, I have to drop those impressions, those habits. That is known as the mental maturity. My master used to say, you are reacting, you are an animal breed, two-legged animal, why you react? Now come what may. Whosoever said, situation outside may be worse. Don't you have an intellect? Yes, I have an intellect. Don't you perceive it? Yes. Why you make it personal? That event converts into an incident because I'm associated with it. So I have to drop this to reach to that state of mental maturity, to progress towards becoming a seeker. Third step. Where is the third? Third step is the spiritual yearning. What is the goal of life? I explain in a different way. Goals in life, goal of life is only one. Say, do I want peace and happiness? Yes. When? When? All the time. Where? In all the locations. With whom? With every relations. So you want peace and happiness 24/7? Yes. So to recognize you have to be there? Yes. It means you are of the nature of peace and happiness. You have to recognize, you have to explore, you have to realize that you are peace and happiness. We want happiness in the morning, not in the afternoon, or not in the evening. We want peace and happiness all the time. We want love all the time. That is an inherent desire. And when it is an inherent desire, that is the goal of life. Then I turn the goals in life as goal of my life. You're going to be a doctor. You are born as a child. So you had a lot of stress first few days when you go to the elementary school or kindergarten. No, mom, I don't want to go. Our society started giving the stress from the very beginning. You went to the high school, you had to know, you have to prepare for examination to get the score in order to get into medicine. That itself has a lot of stress. So you are searching for peace, becoming a doctor, but you start with the stress. What is going to happen? We don't know. You are a doctor now, and then you work in an organization, and there the boss is crazy. So first time you got a job, appointment letter, oh, what a great job. I have achieved. You are successful. But first day, the boss reacts to you and you return home. You know what the heck it is. So you live in stress. You marry. Marriage, happiness. But after a few months of happiness, you have differences. You do anything in the world outside, it cannot lead you to permanent happiness, peace, love, truth, and bliss. Find out. It doesn't mean that we should not work. I should insulate myself not to be impacted. And what is one thing? Peace and happiness are not located outside in the world. It is in me. That is the goal of life. I will continue with the goals in life, becoming a doctor, earning money, etc., etc., marriage. everything you do. But everything you do as a role, not as a real you, like a Hollywood actor. Is that the state of awakening? Yes, you have separated yourself. But I covered in the third to make you aware that we should be very clear about the goal of life and goals in life. Goals in life are many. It has a starting point, it has a destination. You complete your course in medicine and then you go to the principal and you say, no, why don't you put me again into the same batch? You say, what happened to you? You have already succeeded. Go into the world and work. So there is always a starting point, finishing point, starting point, finishing point, starting point, finishing point. It means we identify with what is changing roles, and when you identify, then you don't think it is a role, you think it is me. And when you think it is me, that is your delusion, that causes the problem. In order to keep it aside, I need the fourth step as some kind of a discipline, so that I should maintain my awareness of what the real I is and what the roles I need to play. So now you are a seeker. So once you are a seeker, after following the first stage, you move into the second stage. Knowledge is earned. Normally we say knowledge is earned. How? So there comes the tool: listening and learning, contemplation, reflection, practice and experience. I'll explain you. Then you find out experience in ABC, attitude, behavior, and conduct, leads to thought, speech, and action. So all these 8 or 9 tools have to be applied when you systematically receive the knowledge of the Eastern wisdom. So the 2 steps with the discernment. And then we go to the next 2 steps. Next, third stage is the direct experience. And we have experienced 100 of times now in meditation. I experience calmness. Mind says it is independent of anything outside. It is independent of cute and beautiful girl. It is independent of the money. It is independent of the body. It is independent of the clothes. What is this? So we are missing reflecting on this. Oh, I have an experience of calmness and peace without depending on anything outside. Is that I am? Can I live into that I am? When I am cannot be rejected, cannot be reduced, cannot be maximized. It is as it is. Peace and happiness is there. So direct experience, you have an insight, awakening, insight, awakening. So that leads to the 8th step, awakening. And yes. So in the direct experience, Patanjali, another master of yoga and the Eastern wisdom, says there are 8 different stages of meditation or mindfulness. So every 8 step has some sub steps also. That is how it is a systematic knowledge. Human birth is like, I'm just opening up, so you should be contemplating. Human birth is like being handed the latest smartphone with no user manual. When we were born, we are not handed over the user manual and we cannot study it because we were totally ignorant. 8 steps are user manual. Think of it. Compare, the smartphone with the user manual, I get it. But oh, these are the 8 steps of user manual. Yes, it is an operating guide. So from that user manual, you read it, you understand it, and then you apply it on the phone. So the first thing you apply is to get an emotional maturity, and mental maturity is the second step. I'm making it simple, very simple for you to. Then well, I've been applying. First time it takes, it is little bit challenging, which is the start button, which is the close button, how I have to scan and take the picture, etc., etc. And gradually now it becomes natural to me. So it means when it is natural to me, beneath it there is a chip in the phone. So I become aware that it's a chip that is doing everything, but I claim as if I am pushing the power button and the phone is on. No, it is because of the chip. Is it not? It is because of the chip in the phone. Chip is not there in the phone, which is not customized. When you press the button, power button, and phone switches on. So there are two parts, the external and the internal. External part is my playing my role. Internal is the real thing. Oh, then I have a desire to find who am I, and then I follow it as now. Every time I push the power button, oh yes, it is not because of me. I'm just playing a part. Every processes from the chip opens the phone. It is an operating system. I'm not an operating system. Because there is an operating system, there is a chip, there is a processor. That is how the phone switches on. Can you say you switched on the phone? No. You you pressed a little. Press here little, anxiety is gone. You have to switch on. These are the first 4 steps. Every master explained these steps differently. Why? Because they personalized the teaching when they lived, depending on the seeker approached them. So I don't know, it came just to me an insight, oh, let me follow this sequence. It may help you deeper, and then we will continue to follow the Tattva Bodha. Now your mind is clear, mind is focused, mind is attentive. So we should have a systematic knowledge, but systematic knowledge should be supported by discernment, dispassion, 6 treasures, and intense desire for awakening. So when it is supported by these 4 factors, and we start learning, for example, I say peace is your essential nature. Discernment. Where is peace and where is peace not? Peace is within me. Is it in the mind? No. It is beyond the mind. So you discern. Discern means you are separating where it is not. So we will go into a subtle layers of understanding. Awakening is gradual. Now we follow awakening is gradual. So you see that. So say this process. I learned, almost for 26 years with the master every day, a couple of hours, and sometime I used to spend 3 months in the Himalayas. How many people are there? My master, my family, me, and hardly one or two cook, where you have 3 and 4 feet of snow. And it was a wonderful time. I still cherish those times because your whole mind is totally focused on that. Then you, in the third stage, it swanubhav, it means the direct experience, direct realization. So there you have you one day by the grace and the blessing of the existence, or you can say the God, you have a deeper experience of meditation that cannot be repeated again because it cannot be repeated. No experience of the meditation is repeated, but now you already had an insight. So it means I continue the journey so that that insight becomes permanent state. That leads us to the fourth stage of our life. And the fifth, I told you that how cognitive change comes. Cognitive change comes, I experience a different attitude, behavior, and conduct in my mind that I express through the thought, speech, and action in my personal, professional, social, and family life. One master says it is the third eye. I discussed briefly about the one eye, two eyes, and three eyes. One eye animal, two eyes humans, third eye, a different level of perception. It does not mean that you have a third physical eye here. It is basically the knowledge, the perception. Your perception is clear. How the dog looks at you and how you look at the dog. You have two layers of perception, two levels of perception. And the third is absolute. That third eye is also, you can compare it with an awakened state, with an awakened state. So every day you wake up in the morning and say, oh, congratulations, I'm a human being. And then become aware. Oh, human being means I have a free intellect, observer and the observed. Separation is there. I have a desire to awaken myself. Just to remind. Why you remind? So that the deluded mind, which starts running outside, stops every day in the morning. Another expression which will suit you, then we will go deeper. From a reacting to life to seeker, learning from life to ever restful life. Life is common in all. From reacting to the life means, oh, this week was not good. It's a reaction to the life. Why? Because you are associated and clinging to the body, mind, breath into the I am the body and mind. That's why this week is not good. Two, a seeker learning from the life. Oh yes, I had an anxiety. Let me see the anxiety as a thought. I'm not me. You contemplate and reflect. You practice meditation. Now you return. There is no more anxiety. You have learned something from the life and you are marching ahead. So these 8 steps journey in a simple way. You think of it every day. Reacting life in which you react to a life of a seeker, you learn from the reaction, from the anxiety, from the pleasure, good and bad, everything you learn. Okay, because I got attached, and that is why this thought came to me in the evening. I saw that, oh, that is why you're constantly, consistently learning. So a seeker is learning from the life. Why? The goal is very clear. The desire for awakening should be there. Two, now no more learning. Why? Because that state I have realized in me. I wake up in the morning, it is the same state. In the afternoon, it is the same state inside. Body changes, mind changes, expression changes, but the state remains. Oh, in the evening also, you wake up from the sleep, oh, you are into the same state. Now the reactive mind, deluded mind does not object to it. So you learn, you experience it day by day, day by day. So I just gave you the first, I have the equipment, first step. I can handle my mind without hating it, second step. I want the truth more than distraction, spiritual yearning, third step. I show up even when I don't feel like it, discipline. Asked my master, you say you chant the mantra with the mala and nothing is happening. Lot of thoughts are there. The master said, that is why you have to do it. Your mind says don't do it and you do it. That is discipline. Why you do it? You are warning the reactive mind. Don't come again. That is why I'm doing it. I know you are disturbing me. I'm doing it. What will happen to the reactive mind? It will never return. It never returns. You have already reached to it that state of a discipline. Don't attack the smoke. Cool the fire. Don't attack the smoke means the thought, feeling, and emotions you are experiencing now. Cool the fire, cool the nervous system. Move inside. Don't stay there. Otherwise, if you stay there, oh, this week is not when it has been crazy. So it gives rise to second thought. Third thought. Don't attack the smoke, it will not work. Cool the fire. Go inside. Poise. Aware. Oh, let me do the aware method. When I do the aware method, I can find out, oh, this is the way I have to do it. In moments of anxiety, reaction, duality, and a conflict, do you remember the aware and poise? And if you remember, do you do the practice? Yes or no will define. Will define. You are in extreme stress, and a very close friend of yours comes. Oh, I told you that I'll give you $10,000 as a gift, and here it is. What happens to your stress? What happens to your stress? Your stress is gone. Thank you very much. You hug, and there is no more stress. But the deluded mind had made us believe blindly that you continue to live in stress and anxiety, but behind it, Behind that deluded mind of all your experiences, the peace and happiness are located.